Toxic cycles, our body image, our relationships and our mindset and our levels of empowerment, they can all get intertwined when we're coming from a place of a lack of self-love and self-worth within. Now, body image is something that's so prevalent and judged and put in our faces in society. So how we feel about ourselves and our body can massively impact how we show up in life, how we show up in our relationships, and how we interact, our levels of confidence, the opportunities we go for. I mean, I don't mind sharing on a personal level that after having my child and finding that my body was much bigger and, struggling as a single mum to raise a little baby and a newborn phase, it's so difficult for anyone who's got children, you'll know that. And, it was a lot, it was intense, and the sleepless nights were exhausting. And I just happened to be someone that I can't deal with caffeine, so because I couldn't have coffee to handle it, I would pick up a cake or sugar. I knew it wasn't a good choice, but I just needed a way to get through it. And maybe you're working on a deadline, or maybe you're working to a stage where you want to get your business to the next level, so you're just eating some junk food, and then you're starting to notice over time, wait a minute, I'm putting on weight, I'm not feeling so good, my clothes don't fit anymore, and then your confidence starts to get impacted. And how you show up at a meeting or a networking event, or when you're speaking on stage, or when you're being intimate with a partner, it gets affected because you're conscious of the fact that you're maybe holding, 1 kilo more, or maybe it's 10 kilos more. For me, it was a lot of kilos more because it kept building up. And even though I knew it wasn't good, I started to get into this little toxic cycle where I talk negatively to myself about how I need to make a change, and then I feel really sad, and I was already tired, and I needed to get some work done, and I needed to clean the dishes and clean the house and do my business and raise a baby. And then I was like, okay, well, let's have this bar. It's kind of healthy. It's a lot of sugar, but it's got other healthy things in, and let's just have that. Or I'm too tired. Let's just have another one. And these small steps are often what builds up. And because they're coming from a place of survival and also judgment, we don't always take the time to just pause a moment and review the situation without judgment and asking, what is the most loving and empowered and abundant choice I can make right now? Maybe you are tired, maybe you are overworked, maybe you are feeling a bit insecure in your relationship or in your business, and that has affected the amount of exercise you do, or the amount of time you give to the gym, or the amount of time you give to walking outdoors, or how healthily you eat. But rather than berating yourself too much, what is it that you would like to do? How would you like to show up? How would you like your body to be? How would you like to feel? What food would you like to eat? What meals, if you cooked, would make you feel really special and feel really loved? Not just waiting till a birthday or a Valentine's or a Christmas or a special occasion and making a wonderful meal for your loved one, but actually, what could you do for yourself to feel loved in yourself? And would it also be something that can be healthy and nutritious for your body? Just like we put petrol or whatever, charging up your car if it's an electric car, just like we put that energy into that car or that plane or whatever it is, transportation that enables it to work. Just like we charge up our phones so that our phones work, or our devices, we need to fill ourselves up too. Fill ourselves up with love, fill ourselves up with vitality and nutritious food to create a body that expresses our self-love and how much we value ourselves, so that we can be that empowered, full expression of our true self. So back when I was struggling and I was ending up having unhealthy habits because I was overtired and feeling overwhelmed, a cycle happened, and it can become vicious, but the negative talk and the judgment doesn't help. Now, in the past, I'll be honest, I've used some criticism as a motivation, but the thing is, it reaches a point where it can become disempowering. And there's nothing wrong with moving away from pain. We say that people have different motivators. Some people move away from pain, and some people move towards pleasure. And actually, we all do a bit of both. So if you're wanting to work on something, you can think about, what don't you like? What do you want to change? What do you want to move away from? But you also have to build your vision of, what do you want to create? What do you want to experience? What's the positive thing you're working towards? So it's not just about negatives and criticisms. You don't go to the gym and just tell yourself how terrible you are and how fat you look and how nobody's going to love you. That's not going to help. It might get you going and get you angry, but actually you also want to have a positive image that you're working towards. And that's going to help, because then as you're transitioning, if you are being intimate with a partner and you're maybe not physically feeling as you want to, You'll be feeling much more confident than if you spent the whole time just focusing on all the things you don't like about yourself. So I understand we get caught in that cycle. Even though I know better, I do it sometimes too, but we have to just catch ourselves in that moment and go, wait a minute, that isn't the mindset mastery approach. That doesn't help and empower me. That's not going to attract abundance. So what can empower me? What can attract abundance? And how can I embody more of a mindset mastery approach? And just shift it. If your thought was, well, I don't look good in this dress because I've been eating X, Y, and Z, I'm going to look terrible, maybe I shouldn't go out. Actually, how can you turn that around? Maybe there's something else you can wear that will make you feel good. Maybe there's another reason to go out, not just because of how you look and what people think about your body image, but actually maybe because you'll have lots of fun. Maybe because you'll connect with people you love, or you might make a new friend. Or maybe you'll have laughter and enjoy a nice wine that you like, or go out for a fun meal. And maybe that's the break that you deserve because you have been working hard all week on your business or your career or in your relationships or doing up your house. And you deserve that fun time, regardless of how a piece of clothing might fit or how perfect or not you are. We're all imperfect. We're all working. We're all evolving ourselves. So let's not ask ourselves to be perfect, and let's not expect others to be too. After all, we're human. Let's remember to love ourselves first.